Hello everyone, this is Nightmare when we'll get started with Cisco ACI 6.1. I will show you a lab that provides the initial introduction to ACI and get you familiarized with initial setup. It will connect the VMM with VM ESSi cluster to the ACI, which will create a new distributed vSwitch. And ACI has few security models. Will introduce you about the tenants, application profiles, endpoint groups, EPG, and endpoint security groups, ESG, and contract and filters, etc. And lastly, we'll show you how to connect and migrate L2 networks to ACI and how to connect ACI with external L3 networks. So first of all, what is ACI? ACI stands Cisco Application Policy Infrastructure Controller, or Cisco APIC. We call it APIC, and acts as a central brain for managing and automating the Cisco ACI network. It gives you one place to access everything happening across the network fabrics and helping you scale application efficiently and keep performance high. Whether you are working with physical servers or virtual machines, the APIC makes it easier to deploy and manage the applications flexibly. When it comes to virtual machine networking, the ACI supports hypervisors from different vendors, giving them automated and programmable access to a fast, scalable data center setup. This kind of automation is key to keeping large virtual environments running smoothly. Thanks to ACI's open REST API, the virtual machines can easily integrate with network and follow the same policy-based model. So that means you get consistent policy enforcement across both physical and virtual workloads, no matter which hypervisor you are using. So let's get started. First task is to configure the basics. The ACI APIC is main architecture components of Cisco ACI. So it is unified point automation and management for Cisco ACI fabrics. The APIC automatically discovers via the LLDP new switches, discovers new switches that connect directly to any switch it currently manages. Each APIC instance in this diagram, the cluster it first discovers only a direct connection to the leaf switch. After leaf switch is registered with the APIC, APIC discovers all spine switches that connect directly to a leaf switch. As each spine switch is discovered, registered, that APIC discovers all leaf switches that connect to the spine switch. So this cascaded discover will allow APIC to discover the entire ACI site topology and automatically configure VXLAN, ISIS, multicast, and more in just a few simple steps. First, I will receive a pop-up that says "Meet Cisco APIC." We'll click Let's Go. Here, I will receive a second pop-up that says what's new in 6.1. Let's review the changes in this version, right? We can click. Scroll down, start ACI fabric setup. The first item we'll begin with is fabric membership. Leaf 1 will have to discover this device. It's leaf 1. Click register. We'll give a node ID 201. Name is leaf 1. Node type will be my leaf. Click OK. Now the ACI will begin fabric discover reprocess to integrate the switch to the fabric which will take some time. You may see status here changing through server states such as unknown, then this discovery, and if it will be inactive. Then after a minute or so, that we're gonna click this fresh refresh icon on the top right, and we're going to continue until this status showing active. For discover the device with serial number TP103, here we'll register it as my spine 1. No ID 11, spine 1. Node type spine, registered. Register second node, second spine 1 and 2. Spine, okay. Now we shall discover the leaf 2 after spines 202, leaf 2. Click OK. Leaf 2 will be discovered. Now we have validated that my configuration is correct. I have 4 switches, 2 leaf and 2 spine. Now we go back to overview. Next task is to configure out-of-band management. The ACI provides both in-band and out-of-band management access options. Out-of-band OOB management provides a management communication through the configuration of dedicated physical interface on the Apex and ACI nodes, which is switches. Once the ACI site is initialized and discovered, I can configure the OOB addresses for the nodes. Switches in-band management provides the management communication by configuration of 1 or more front panel data plane ports on the leaf nodes. In-band management requires a dedicated pool of IP addresses, which I configure for access from the outside ACI site, not within the scope of this, right? We shall click here to show you we already configured it. We configure range in Apex. The out-of-band IPv4 is 198.168.133.1 is the gateway. The spine and the leaf switches are automatically allocated to the next address in the range. I can statically assign each of these by selecting the switch and by hit like the edit. I did it here. However, this lab will leave them at their default value, which I will just go to out-of-band IPv4 gateway. I will say 198.18.128.1 slash say 18. Now they're automatically populated to each switch, and we'll leave out-of-band IPv6 gateway blank and save. In the lab diagram, we will need some VPC to the EXI host right here. So we need a VPC pairs. We'll go to VPC pairs, hit create. I'll create a VPC leaf switch pair. A VPC pair represents a VPC domain. I can explicitly configure member nodes of the group using Fabric policy node endpoint. We could use the VPC pairs window here to configure member nodes of group by using just Fabric policy node endpoints. So the name here will say leave 1 and 2, VPC ID say 1. We'll leave the domain blank here. Node 1 pick 1, node 2 leave 2. Once change has made, so let's click save. Now we have is VPC pair, leave 1 and leave 2. Go back. We should configure the basic setting for BGP. The ACI site route refactors use multi-protocol BGP, MP-BGP, to distribute external routes from external routes to every leaf switch. To enable route refactors in ACI sites, I must select the spine switches that are intended to be my route refactors and provide the AS number. So for redundant purposes, I can configure more than one spine as a route refactor node. One will be primary and one will be secondary. Pick my spines, and we're going to enter my AS number 65000. So I will only see 2 spine switches here, as leaf switches cannot be route refactors. After that, save. We can go back to see. My both spines becomes route refactors. We're going to continue on DNS. DNS servers and search domains to allow the leaf spines and apex to query DNS names. So DNS communication will use out-of-band management connection by default. So what I will use is to click DNS server. I enter the IP. This is my AD host 1. Click the preferred provider. Checklist. In the search domain, we can say corp pseudocall.com. pseudocall.com. Click default checkbox. Save it. For next is my NTP. It's time used for time synchronization, which plays a critical role in ACI. It's critical from validating certificates to keeping consistent log files across devices. It's important to sync your ACI site to one or more reliable time sources. We'll add a server. Check preferred. Save it. After all switch register with APIC cluster, APIC automatically discovers all links and the connectivity in the fabric and discovers the entire topology as a result. In this lab, we will review registered devices. I can see the track marks on the right side to the fabric membership, management, VPC pairs, BGP, DNS, NTP. They all shows me that I have completed the configuration. We shall click Proceed to Summary. Now I'll be taken to this screen. It says APIC setup is all done. Optionally, I can expand the configuration summary again. Here, it shows me all policies just configured. I'm OK and close on the bottom right corner. Well, going to click Fabric. I have to click Fabric Membership. This is where I can review my current inventory after the initial configuration. 4 switches to leave 2 spots. I can also expand Part 1 to see the switches. And expand one of the switch. I can review the interfaces. Click Topology. It will show you the topological map of the devices, how both leaves connect to both spines, and how APIC connects to the leaf switch. Well, this is our basic settings of Cisco ACI APIC. The next topic we'll talk about connecting VMware ACI to Cisco ACI. Stay tuned. See you next video.
Hey everyone, NetMaven here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to dive into the world of amazing network technologies with me, and please feel free to leave your comments below. Hey everyone, NetMaven here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to dive into the world of amazing network technologies with me, and please feel free to leave your comments below.